and welcome to TTV News. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of November 29, the Steering Committee for Protecting the Party's Ideological Foundation, Fighting Against Wrong and Hostile Views and Foreign Information in the province, organized a scientific conference with the theme Improving Effectiveness. The works of protecting the party's ideological foundation, contributing to building the party committee of TayNinhTV province increasingly clean and strong.
The conference was chaired by Associate Professor Dr. Nguyễn Quốc Dũng, Director of the Academy of Politics Recent to Mr. Phạm Ngọc Hải, Provincial Party Committee member, Principal of the Provincial Political School, and Ms. Nguyễn Thị Thu Cúc, Deputy Head of the Provincial Party Committee's Propaganda and Training Department. Speaking at the opening of the conference, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Xuân Hương, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, Head of the Provincial Party Committee's Propaganda and Training Department, affirmed that protecting the party's ideological foundation, fighting against wrong views, hostility is a basic, important and vital content of party building and rectification, especially in the current period. In recent years, the work of protecting the party's ideological foundation has always been focused and directed seriously and drastically by the Provincial Party Standing Committee, achieving many important results. However, there are still some certain limitations.
In the morning of November 29, a working delegation led by Deputy Minister of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs Nguyễn Thị Hà, standing member of the National Committee for Children, worked with TayNinhTV province on the implementations of the children's law and rights in the province. On TayNinhTV province side, Mr. Võ Đức Trong, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, standing vice chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, head of the Provincial Steering Committee for Children Works, welcome and work with the delegation.
In recent times, children's work has always been directed and implemented by the party committee, authorities, departments, agencies, and organizations in the province. Speaking at the meeting, Mr. Võ Đức Trong clarified a number of contents that the working group is instructed in regarding children's work in the province. He also requested the members of the Steering Committee for Children's Affairs of TayNinhTV province to fully observe the opinions of the working group and then propose solutions in the coming time. Concluding the inspection, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Hà proposed that TayNinhTV province continue to strengthen the role and responsibility of advisory work in deciding on specific issues, which are child protection and care, raise awareness for the whole society about child care, strengthen coordination in implementing the database on gender equality and children. The Central Foreign Relations Committee, the Central Propaganda and Training Department, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Center of National Political Policy House just jointly launched the book Building and Developing Comprehensive Vietnamese Foreign Affairs and Diplomacy Modern, imbued with the identity of Vietnamese member of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng. The book selects his speech, articles, interviews, letters, telegrams demonstrating the consistent and thorough talks of our party leader on Vietnam's foreign policy and diplomacy in the new era. The content of the book includes reports. Part 1, the important role and right contribution of foreign affairs in the course of building and protecting the fatherland. Part 2, Vietnam's foreign affairs for independence, autonomy, peace, friendship, cooperation and development. Part 3, impressions of foreign affairs and diplomacy. The articles in the book contain both theoretical and practical values, demonstrating the party's foreign policy and diplomacy guidelines and identity, summarizing the core ideology of Vietnam's foreign affairs and diplomacy throughout national history, culminating in the diplomacy of Ho Chi Minh era. Methodology in assessing the world situation, identifying characteristics of the era, opportunities, challenges, and Vietnam's behavior in its period history. By the end of November 2023, the total mobilized capital in the entire area is estimated to reach 64,960 billion Vietnam dong, up 5.5% compared to the beginning of the year and up 1.28% compared to the previous month. of which capital mobilized over 12 months is estimated at 6,000 billion Vietnam dong, down 0.5% compared to the beginning of the year, and up 2.65% compared to the previous month, accounting for 9.13% of total capital mobilized. For lending activities, total outstanding credit balance at the end of November is estimated at 95,700 billion Vietnam dong, up 11.5% compared to the beginning of the year. In addition, outstanding loans under short-term reverse rental credit programs are 21,685 billion Vietnam dong, down 1.5% compared to the beginning of the year. In general, the operations of commercial bank branches in the province comply well with the state bank's regulations on interest rates, capital mobilization, and credit balance rule. In the evening of November 29, TayNinhTV Provincial Police organized a provincial-level rescue plan practiced at Baden Mountain National Tourist Area in a complex large-scale situation with many forces and means of participation. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Mr. Võ Đức Trong, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial Peace Committee, head of the Provincial Fire Prevention Steering Committee, said, every year, Baden Mountain National Tourist Area organizes many large-scale festivals, attracting millions of domestic and foreign visitors to visit, travel, and participate in religious activities. Therefore, there is a potential risk of fire, incidents, and accidents, especially during festivals. The practice session on fire prevention and fighting plans aims to complement and perfect the command and control mechanisms and handle large-scale and complex accidents that require the mobilization of many forces and means to participate. Accordingly, the hypothetical situation occurred at 6 p.m. during the time of organizing festive activities at Baden Mountain Spring Festival in Ba Pagoda area. A stampede occurred, injuring dozens of people. The reason was that hundreds of pilgrims gathered in front of Linh Sơn Tiên Thạch Tự Pagoda to worship, leading to tussling, pushing, and trampling on each other. After 15 minutes from the incident, the on-site forces blocked the scene, dispersed the crowd, and provided first aid to the victims. At the same time, there was another incident of a transformer explosion on the first floor of the cable car station. Due to the concussion, a large explosion caused hundreds of people present to the panic, tremble on each other, injuring many people and causing serious damage. When a fire was detected, the on-site firefighting forces quickly raised an emergency alarm and deployed on-site firefighting planes on Circon 114 to report a fire. Determining that the fire incident here was in an emergency situation, the Provincial Police Department of Fire Prevention, Fighting and Rescue mobilized maximum forces and specialized vehicles to quickly come to the scene to coordinate with local forces to deploy the formation, firefighting plans combining search and rescue, removing victims from the fire and providing timely first aid. After 10 minutes of deploying on forces and vehicles, the fire was completely extinguished. This is a large-scale firefighting and rescue practice with the participation of nearly 540 people, including police, medical, on-site forces, and many vehicles and equipment. The practice sessions took place seriously and safely, ensuring compliance with the proposed requirements and techniques. In the morning of November 29, at the City Party Committee Hall, the Provincial Department of Labor, Work Affairs and Social Affairs organized a discussion to ensure social security, increase empowerment, and create opportunities for women and children to realize their gender equality and eliminate gender-based violence. With the topic Women with Reproductive Health and Post-COVID-19 Health, delegates heard sharing from doctors about reproductive health care and post-COVID-19 issues to find ways to protect their health, family, and community. At the same time, implementing the Plan of Action for Gender Equality in 2023 with the measures ensuring social security, increasing empowerment, and creating opportunities for women and girls to achieve gender equality and eliminate gender-based violence, promotes the role and responsibility of the entire society in implementing gender equality tasks at the local level. Delegates attending the seminar also heard presentations on propaganda and care for women and members before, during, and after the COVID-19 pandemic in on a space.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of November 29, under the chairmanship of National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ, the sixth session of 15th National Assembly closed, completing the entire agenda, a real success after more than 22 serious, urgent, scientific, democratic, and highly responsible working days.
In his closing speech, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ summarized and emphasized some of the results of the session. In particular, the National Assembly thoroughly discussed the socio-economic situation, state budget, and decided on important issues of the country. The National Assembly emphasized the need to continue prioritizing promoting economic growth, maintaining macroeconomic stability, controlling inflation, and ensuring major balance of the economy, while focusing on solving difficulties and removing immediate obstacles, while also adhering to goals and requirements for innovating growth models, restructuring the economy, improving the business investment environment, enhancing increased productivity, quality, efficiency, competitiveness, and endogenous capacity of the economy on the basis of promoting strategic breakthroughs, continue to review and improve institutions, laws, mechanisms, policies, national, regional, sectoral, and provincial plans, associated with improving capacity, effectiveness, and efficiency of implementation laws, promoting administrative reform, especially reducing and simplifying administrative procedures and business conditions, accelerates the progress of construction and development of socio-economic infrastructure, especially key national projects and works, comprehensively develop the fields of culture, society, social security, soon built and submit to the National Assembly for consideration and decision on the National Targets Program on revitalizing and developing culture and building Vietnamese people. Synchronously deploy salary policy reform from July 1st, 2024. Regarding legislative work, 7 past laws and 8 bills receiving first opinions are on laws with important social significance. The National Assembly has continued to allow the piloting of a number of specific policies to speed up progress and create maximum facilitation in organizing investment in 21 important national projects and key road projects connecting regions and interconnections. The application of global minimum tax regulations from 2024 is urgent to proactively gain additional tax rights and create a favorable investment environment. Regarding the amended land law project and the amended credit institutions law project, the National Assembly has carefully considered and decided to consider and pass it at the latest session. The National Assembly has also conducted supreme supervision of the national targets programs on building new rural areas, sustainable poverty reduction, and socio-economic development of ethnic minority and mountainous areas, and passed the resolution decided on the results of thematic supervision with many important contents. The National Assembly also spent 2.5 days conducting questions in 21 fields. The National Assembly has conducted a vote of confidence for 44 people holding positions elected or approved by the National Assembly strictly in accordance with the party's procedures and regulations and state laws, ensuring democracy, transparency, and fairness. With the achieved results, Mr. Vương Đình Huệ affirmed that the succession of the 15th National Assembly was a great success in recently meeting practical requirements.
The sixth session of the 15th National Assembly ended with impressions of management of the Presidium, question and answer section of sector leaders. On the sidelines of the National Assembly corridor, our reporters has an interview with Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, head of the National Assembly delegation of TayNinhTV province.
According to head of the Provincial National Assembly delegation Phạm Hùng Thái, the succession of the 15th National Assembly has many innovations, including some notable points. Although the National Assembly program has a number of land programs, however, during the session, the drafting committee as well as the appraisal agency of the National Assembly Standing Committee examined and cited there are contents that do not have a solid basis, then proposed the National Assembly to adjust the program or during the discussion process at the National Assembly. During the meeting, if the delegates see an issue that they are interested in and evaluates that the project preparation issue is not sufficiently routed or not close to real life and the feasibility is not high, the National Assembly will be asked to unanimously vote to transfer it back as permission not to pass. He also expressed confidence when, for the first time, delegates directly questioned the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Ministers with the request to increase the responsibility and role of the leader in performing a side task, in particular, obtaining votes of confidence from those holding positions elected and approved by the National Assembly, also shows the serious comments and assessments of the National Assembly.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.